This has been a long time coming and it is finally here. Welcome back to Lizard of Doom, I am Max. Last week's video, I did a sponsored video with the new laser cutter, the one I'm using to set up this business, and it is now live at lizardofdoom.com. On screen now. Post-production me, edit that in. The store consists of quite a few products, mainly my terrain. But let's have a little look at the accessories first. First of all, we have the texture palettes. There was quite a bit of interest in these when I announced it last week. This is the regular size, just a little bit smaller than A5 for cutting reasons. And there is a load of texture on here. And this is the large size. This is obviously a lot bigger, just slightly smaller than A4 for cutting reasons. The pricing on the website has been based on a bunch of different things, from material to also the time it takes to engrave it, because I can't leave a laser firing in my home and just walk away from it. So this takes an hour to cut out. All products are cut by myself or Lydia, who is usually the voice behind the camera telling me off. She is not here today, so I can say what I like. Bums. Something I forgot to say here is please be patient with shipping times. It is just the two of us, myself and Lydia, working on this project, shipping and cutting everything out around our full-time jobs and family life. Thank you very much. Next in the accessories is my 40k objective marker tokens. They are numbered 1 to 6. You could use them for anything really, marketing games. They're 40mm wide, and obviously the idea is that you paint them up yourself. You've got a nice little fire design on there. Do what you want. I'd love to receive pictures of all this stuff. If you send me emails to email address on screen now with pictures of stuff that you've painted, I will see what I can do about making a gallery on the website and put up stuff from the community. Also, tangent aside, coming with these is the combat gauge. It's a standard combat gauge, 1 inch by 3 inch by 2 inch, with a little Lizard of Doom logo in there as a nice little handle. Someone did point out that this might get in the way, but I'm taking style points over usability. So this can be your custom one that you could paint up and use yourself. And then lastly in the accessories is a little dice tower. I'll be making more dice towers than this. This one is designed to match the terrain. This is a 1-sheet cut, so it's quite simplistic, quite easy to make. 3 little things in the middle. Dice, ding, 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 flies out of there. And the reason it's designed to match the terrain is so you could have it on the table when you're playing and it won't draw attention and it'll just look like part of the board. Yeah, smart. Now we're going to move on to the terrain and I'll present it over here. Put this in also, editing Max, later. The first product I suggest you start with if you are looking to get into the terrain is the bunker. This is the basic building which will teach you the principles of how to put this terrain together. Everything is numbered if it needs to be in a specific order. So on all of the terrain, follow the numbers first, and then everything else can be done in whatever order you want if it doesn't have a number. The bunker is designed both with 40k and Infinity in mind, because those are my 2 favorite sci-fi games at the moment. I've recently got into Infinity, and this is the right size to play that as well as Warhammer. So this is kind of a dual use terrain. So if you're interested in both those games, have a look at picking it up. The bunker has the same size footprint as this surveillance tower. So if you wanted to, you could glue them on top of each other or just stack them, and the little bits on the side, the metallic looking girders, will line up perfectly. This surveillance tower is designed as kind of a platform for snipers or, groups of individuals with long-range weapons that need a better line of sight. So if you do want to put it on top of the bunker, that's a really good choice. Also, all of those little satellite dishes do go on all the other kits. They are designed to fit on the girders of the bunker and in other places. You'll see more of that in tomorrow's video. Next up, we have the mini bunker. So the mini bunker is like the bunker, but you guessed it, mini. It fits perfectly on the roof of the bunker, so if you did want to stack and just get a bit of a layered building, that would work. Also, it fits underneath the surveillance tower, which we've just looked at. So if you wanted that to look more like a solid building, you can have this bunker underneath it, and then you've got no line of sight underneath. It fits perfectly. It also shares a footprint with this next piece of terrain, my favorite piece, the surveillance tower. So what I mean by shares a footprint is the same as the surveillance tower is the same size as the main bunker. This is the same size as the mini bunker, which means that you can stack them and glue them together and there'd be one tall piece of terrain, or it fits perfectly inside the roof of the bunker. so it can be a taller piece of terrain there. Also, it does fit inside the floor area of the surveillance tower if you don't the comms tower. So you could get like a double stack frame going on if you want something really industrial looking, that would work. And as the satellite dishes fit the other terrain, so do these CCTV cameras. So if you don't use all of them on the build, you can put them on the other pieces of terrain. Very, very smart. And the reason this is my favorite piece of terrain is because it looks ridiculous and it's got cool signs. Speaking of cool signs and barricades. That's our last kit in the terrain section of the store. The signs and barricades have these welcome to Lizard City signs and these small barricades to block off areas on your battlefield, provide a bit of half cover for people and just kind of route the miniatures in a certain direction. These signs, as well as the CCTV surveillance tower signs, also fit every other building. So every building has like a little ledge around the top. If you have a look at the web store, lizardofdoom.com, these signs can slot on any building. They obviously come with their own little frames to put them as a separate sign, but add it to your buildings. And also the frame of the sign is separate from the back piece, which says welcome to Lizard City. So you can print out pieces of paper with your own design on them and sandwich them between the two and then have your own billboards. So you don't have to have them as welcome to Lizard City billboards, even though that would be pretty cool. You can have whatever you want of them. This has been a long time coming, kind of 7 months in the making. I have been working on laser cutting stuff and figuring out how stuff is made and the best way to make terrain with a focus on it being easy, fast, and beginner friendly. So all of these kits I would describe as beginner friendly, the bunkers more than the other ones. But if you've made a bunker, it teaches you the basic principles for how to put the rest of the kits together. There will be tutorial videos coming out on each piece of terrain. Obviously, that's going to take a little while to get through, and they're not going to be all in a row. Other content will be coming through on this channel too. But starting tomorrow, that's right, it's a 2-video weekend. We'll see how to paint the bunker. A little sneak preview for you here. And those tutorials also will be easy beginner techniques. Most of it's painted with a sponge and no airbrush, and it's all just acrylic paints. It's no like streak and grimes and extra dirty down rust and all that. It's all basic stuff that most people have when they start the hobby. And if you are not a beginner, you can kind of level it up, take the techniques I talk about and then just dial it in a little bit more, be a little bit more neat, a little bit more careful. And maybe you could use the airbrush instead of the sponge in places. But I do find a common complaint with MDF terrain is how smooth it is and lack of texture. And the sponge, chef's kiss, it adds it perfectly. So the terrain looks well lived in and textured and gnarly. And that is what I'm going for with Lizard City. I want to say thank you to my Patreons. They're going to be over here now if you would like to join them. Link up there now. So thank you very much for watching. A very quick one today. Again, lizardofdoom.com. This is the website to go to get this terrain and these accessories and like the lovely texture palettes. I will be back tomorrow with a tutorial video on the bunker, so don't miss that. Subscribe, put on the bell, you know the drill. Leave a little comment for the algorithm and a little like. Thank you very much. It's been a lot of work and it means a lot if you do leave a little like. I don't know why I'm a grandma now, but I'll end the video like it. It's not a pile of shame, it's a pile of future fun. See you next time, kids. Peace.